What if you are creating your future right now? What if, with every thought, all your words, all your deeds, all your intentions, you're building your very own future? What if you're really that powerful? And what if life is really that plastic? Has that kind of a plasticity? I don't know about ascension. And so I'm not attached, as far as I know. I mean, how much can we speak for with our 10%, being conscious, and so much being subconscious and unconscious? All we can say is, as far as I know now, this is how it is. But that's good enough. All of this works somehow without our conscious attention. If we needed to pay attention to be sure the heart would beat and the body would breathe, oh my God. I mean, what a bummer of a life that would be. Yes, I'm sure we'd get very good at it, but that's just not how things work. And we have thought that we were needed to run so many things that run beautifully all by themselves, like the mind. It doesn't need to be supervised. We don't need to be with it at all times. But I do have fun with the idea of time, and that we're creating our future. And so all the fear that we can work our way through, transcend, and drop, walk away from, get rid of, makes for a much more beautiful vista up ahead. It's a time to be finding what's really important to us, so that we've got that kind of work done. And when and if things get crazy, we don't have to sort through those kinds of things. We don't have to spend that time trying to find ourselves. Most of the self that we think we are is on the way out. And that's a good thing. I mean, it doesn't always seem like it, but we're using our time wisely and well now. Those who are awakening kind of ahead of the curve here will be so grateful for all of this. When we're able to serve, we're able to be as points of light, which we're meant to be, to help anchor the light for our brethren when things get wacky and crazy. The fact that we're anchored and balanced and not in fear will mean so much to so many. There are people that won't totally lose it just because we're there to set the example. And even when we're not seen, even when we're not visible, our energy is there, holding the balance. Just like we're here to serve in that way for others, there are those stationed on higher dimensions doing the same for us. They're holding the vision of the highest that we can be, of what we look like without all the limits. They can see so easily that it's us tying ourselves down, holding ourselves back, holding ourselves in, repressing the true self in order that the false self might live and breathe yet another day. It's okay. It's all okay. Everyone, breathe deeply. It's okay to relax and to remember we're here to have fun. This is not meant to be all the things that the Illuminati have made it out to be, terrifying and difficult and miserable and terrible and awful. Every bit of that is resistance. It's just not allowing life to be what it is. So let's find trust in heart and trust in source and learn when to let go. Good day. I think I'll do a little addition to the last video that I did, talking about what if you're creating your future right now. I have a piece of your future that I suggest you create consciously. Give it some thought. There are some who have said, and the most recent that I've heard has been Alex Collier speaking for the Andromedans, that, like it or not, for a short period of time, the dark side, the Illuminati, the powers that were, will get to have their New World Order in place. I think he said at least 8 months. And there's another group that says they think it's going to be for 4 years. Whatever, it is what it is. So everybody shake out the fear, do some tapping, whatever it takes to handle that. If you've got 3 things to do and one of them is to deal with some fear, let that be first. Let that be the priority. That is the biggest thing holding any of us back, all of us back, because it's a very transmissible energy. It's contagious. So banish all fear the proper way by finding out what is the kernel, what is the gift that it brings. Remember, the difficulty around anything is nothing but the wrapping paper. There's a gift in there, and it will persist until we receive the gift. Once we have that in our hand, that's when we can just blow it away and it's gone. And you sense the relaxation in your form, in your body, when it's resolved, and it feels really good. Okay, so here's my suggestion, and for some it's going to be way out, but that's okay. You can just turn this off. That's your lookout. Mine is to share what's on my heart. Okay, it's possible, it's quite possible that we will have, some are looking forward to disclosure, the ET presence announcing itself, becoming official, accepted, and so on. It's entirely possible that there will be some negative ETs that will land and do this, and they will be playing the part of the good guys. As George Kavasilis says, they'll be selling love like it's, the last thing on earth, and they've got the big supply. Love and good feelings and doing the right thing, and they're going to fix everything up. Watch for that. Whenever beings come and tell you how they're going to fix everything up, don't trust. This is our planet. We need to do that. We need to be in charge of it. Help is good, but not help that takes control. Anyway, here's my suggestion. Do a meditation, do an imagination where this happens, where ETs land and it looks like it's the good guys and it sounds really great. Imagine it, work your way through it, and ponder how you would handle it, how you will handle it. It'll come in handy when the day dawns that you've connected up with your inner self and gone over this and looked at it. Besides which, we're more than capable of traversing time in the simultaneous now. So, we can also do a little time traveling and go ahead and look and see what's there. Who knows? You're probably way more psychic than you've got a clue about. So be ready. My heart is such that, just like many of you, I'd save the whole world if I could. But that's kind of phony, because everyone needs to be free to make their own choice and their own decision. And just like we wouldn't solve every problem for our children, that wouldn't do them any good. They'd never grow up. We don't need to be doing it for our neighbors either. We can render the best service by being true to ourself with a capital S, to the higher self. As we're true to that, we serve best. And I just think it would be a good idea to do some pretending here. And when we do such things from within heart, we get the guidance. The intuition speaks. And we're given understandings. And as long as we're not too attached to what we're doing, to believing that what we've seen is exactly how it will be, we'll be fine with this. But I think it's a good thing to practice and ponder and have discussions about it with those who are open to it, and pass ideas back and forth. What if this? What if that? What would be best? Maybe have a plan A and a plan B. The biggest thing is not to be duped. From what I've seen, the way these guys work is they get people to surrender their free will. They get people to agree to something, mostly by promising them one thing and then delivering another. But the fact that the people agreed hamstrings them. They were tricked, but all the same, they used their free will and they agreed. Well, it's finally time for the wise as serpents part. We've gotten pretty good at being harmless as doves. It's time to be wise as serpents. Be ahead of the game. Where we're going, the dark force cannot come. They cannot follow us there. Our best defense against them, if you will, is rising in consciousness, right up and out of their reach. What do you say? Oh, and let's have some fun with this, okay? No big heavy duty. Oh, hey, a really good outcome of this is it'll bring up the fear. All right? Sit with that. Look at your worst case scenario and let the fear arise. And then ask it, what's its gift? What does it bring you? Sit with it. Don't run away. Let's all process all of our fear like crazy. We can do it together. We can give one another support that is so strengthening. I mean, it's only an illusion that you aren't me and that I'm not you. That isn't so. There's no such thing as separation. So we've got the coin, and the coin has two sides. Let that strengthen you as you go through your day.